Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit long because today I want to teach you guys a history lesson plus class on the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Now this happened 155 years ago. Now let me begin to say that Abraham Lincoln is my top number one most favorite president of all time. I grew up with him. He became a giant role model for me growing up. I hate to talk bad about church, but when I was in church, I would always read an Abraham Lincoln book when my parents sat up and sang. I would be sitting down while everyone else was standing up and hallelujah and all that. I was reading Abraham Lincoln. And as a kid, I think that's all I read. Mostly was just Abraham Lincoln. But anyway, today I want to tell you guys about some history facts about Abraham Lincoln that you guys might not know. And I have my laptop here in front of me, and I'm going to be sharing some detail that you guys might not have known that what happened 155 years ago. Now, you guys may think like, oh, he was assassinated, big deal. What the history books tell you, but the internet tells you a completely different story. So, here we go. So, 155 years ago, April 14th, 1865, an actor, John Wilkes Booth, a famous actor and Confederate sympathizer, assassinated President Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. The attack came only 5 days after Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered his massive army at Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia, effectively ending the American Civil War. I actually am reading this by that. So, anyway, so what you guys need to know is that some of the books, I think, will tell you how he got shot. But let me tell you guys where he was. So he was at, he died during a play, obviously. So here's the strange part. Most of the time when people get shot in the back of their head, they're immediately dead, I think. But Abraham Lincoln got shot in the back of the head, but at 10, it didn't say what time it is. Now, you guys might not know what time he died. The history books can say, like, he died at 9:30, at blah, 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 blah. He got shot between 10:15 and 10:20. Okay, so 10:15 and 10:20 p.m., April 14th, 1865, 155 years ago. Anyway, not important. Around 10 p.m. at night, he was shot, but at the exact moment he was shot, he decided to lean forward and turn his head slightly to look at the crowd, I think, down below. So his head was tilted slightly. So when John Wilkes Booth shot him in the back of the head, the bullet went through the back of the head and lodged behind his right eye. Now, again, if you're reading a history book, you probably already know this, so I'm just telling you guys information you might have already known. History tells us so many different things about the assassination, but I have a lot of pictures and a lot of things, but I cannot find them currently, and I would like to do this video proper. So, there has been a lot of pictures. One of the pictures that I saw was right before John Wilkes Booth shot Abraham Lincoln. There was a picture of a devil whispering in John Wilkes Booth's ear, telling him to kill President Lincoln. Why do you think that is? Why do you think it's sad? So anyway, Lincoln was shot, the bullet lodged behind his right eye, and he was taken to a house across the street, where he died 9 hours later at the age of 56. at 7:22 a.m. in the morning on April 15th, 1865. He survived with the bullet in his head, lodged behind his right eye, either one. He lived for 9 hours. But the doctors, I don't know if you guys have read this, but the doctors had to use their finger, very sanitizing, and poke there was a hole, a blood clot, where the bullet, where the hole of the bullet hole was, and they had to poke in the hole. I know that sounds wrong, forgive me. They had to poke their finger in the hole to relieve pressure of the brain, because blood would just fill up and it would cause him not to breathe properly for the next 9 hours. Fascinating bit of trivia. And he had to be laid diagonally on the bed because he was so tall. He was 6 feet 4 inches tall. And yes. So that is the history of Abraham Lincoln's assassination. It's very sad. It's a very tragic story. Let me see if I can find something down here for you guys. Death and autopsy. Finally, Lincoln was pronounced dead at 7:22 a.m. on April 15th, 1865, at the age of 56. The president's body was placed in a temporary coffin draped with a flag and escorted by armed cavalry to the White House. Okay. Oh, here's something else you guys might not know. The autopsy. Edward Curtis, an Army surgeon in attendance, later described the scene, recounting that the bullet clattered into a waiting basin during the doctor's removal of Lincoln's brain. He wrote that the team stopped to stare at the offending bullet, the cause of such mighty changes in the world's history as we may perhaps never realize. There's no pictures. It's... hell. There's no pictures. Anyway. Yeah. So, don't get shot, kids. Why did I say that? What's wrong with me? Anyway. So, it has been 155 years. Now, you might think... Now, I celebrate both April 14th and April 15th. Now, let me tell you guys why. These are my closing statements, by the way. Every April 14th, I hold a day of silence, which at exactly 10 o'clock p.m., I hold a moment of silence for Lincoln. And then the next morning, if I'm able to wake up at before 7:22 a.m., I will hold a moment of silence at exactly the right time for him. Do I cry? No. Am I sad? Yes. He was a great, great man. More better than Trump. So, in conclusion, stay safe. Sorry. Anyway, let's see, what else is there? That's it, guys. That is it. Anyway, so I hope you guys all learned something about Abraham Lincoln. I hope I gave you guys some new information. If you guys would like to learn more about Abraham Lincoln's assassination for your guys' self, you guys can go to your nearest phone or your nearest tablet and just type in Abraham Lincoln's assassination theories or untold stories or just about anything about Lincoln's assassination. The internet is a very fancy place. It will literally tell you stories that books don't tell you, that newspapers do not tell you. So anyway, I am going to be going now. I am tired. It is 8:38 p.m. I'm doing this from my phone, my little light, my little Coca-Cola. So, cheers to you all. Pip Dog out.